What up, guys? Alchemist, I got something nice for you, and I have in-game glaive build busted, insane. Oh my god! So before I go into the exotic stuff we're using, as y'all can already see, the main thing we're gonna be abusing in this build is Malign Harvest Boosted, which is applying weekend provides a small void overshield. So keep that in mind during this whole explanation. Okay, so in today's build we're abusing Vexcalibur. I kept this ornament on because I want to look all digital stuff with my drip, you know, my drip check, you feel me? The digital 1-2s and stuff on me, bro. And then the digital sword, I'm just saying, glaive, I'm just saying, I had this ornament, I love it, look cool and stuff. I don't have this one sadly, but yeah, you know. But anyway, Vexcalibur, what it does is you deal additional melee damage when you have a void overshield on. The additional damage is 20%. That's why I said we're gonna be abusing the artifact perk where when we apply weekend, we get a void overshield. With this build, you will have void overshield uptime non-stop. The crafted perk we chose for Vexcalibur is feedback refit. We're basically blocking damage, partial reloads this weapon from reserves, because the main loop with Vexcalibur is blocking and then shooting. So you block the damage, it reloads the shot for you, and then you just shoot. The other stuff you don't need, because when you kill somebody with Vexcalibur, it gives you 100% of energy for blocking whenever you kill somebody while you got a void overshield on. So you always gonna have energy for blocking with Vexcalibur, especially if you're doing the block shoot combo with it. What Vexcalibur does too, when you're blocking with Vexcalibur, it automatically gives you an overshield. So if you got overshield and you kill somebody, you get 100% of your overshield, 100% of your energy back for blocking with the glaive again. You basically got 100% uptime with blocking with the glaive to get a void overshield on yourself, and you give your allies a void overshield as well. The overshield stay on for 8 seconds, I believe, but it'll go higher with the fragment on, I believe. But yeah, you're gonna have void overshield on more than five seconds. The exotic we're rocking armor piece is Trident Vice. We'll basically increase our glaive reload speed and melee damage when we're surrounded. So whenever we're 15 meters within 3 enemies, which we're gonna be doing a lot, and it stays on even longer after you walk away from the 3 enemies. Stay on for like 4 to 5 seconds after walking away from the 3 enemies that was surrounding you. The increased damage is 100%, so double the damage. So if we're doing 1,000 damage, you're doing 2,000 damage now, and that will stack on with the 20% extra damage that Vexcalibur is doing whenever we have a void overshield on. This also makes that glaive melee final blows overflow around the magazine. So we are swinging on people with the Vexcalibur. We're gonna get overflow in our magazine for each kill we get. So instead of having this basic 7 shots in the magazine, it will have more than that. You can go up indefinitely, really. You can go up as much as I keep getting melee kills with the amount of ammo I have on me. And then also glaive projectile final blow detonate and cause an explosion. Now if I kill somebody with the void shot with Vexcalibur, I'll be honest, with this build we're mostly swinging. We're rarely shooting. I'll be honest with you, rarely shooting unless I feel like we need to stun a champion or shoot a shield off of somebody. Alright, so since we already checked the artifact out, we're gonna just run through it real quick. You want to have on overload machine gun, piercing sidearm, and unstoppable glaive for this build, because we're rocking Tina for barrier champions, even though Tina can handle every champion this season. But we're rocking Tina for barriers, we're rocking Vexcalibur to deal with unstoppables, and then we're rocking commemoration for overload champions. Rocking volatile marksman boosted version, so when we do get a rapid void kills with this weapon, which you're gonna be doing a lot, we'll be getting volatile rounds for this weapon. And then if we're doing volatile detonations, we get some class building energy. And then that's all you really need in the second column. Third column, you need Hold the Lion on. So whenever we're surrounded, if we get glaive kills with this weapon when surrounded, again, surrounded 3 enemies within 15 meters of you, our final blow is going to give us a chunk of health, which is very good for you to stay up close and kill enemies and swing all day with this build. This build is very aggressive, and it increases the reload speed, but again, we ain't really shooting with this weapon, and every time we get a melee kill, it's gonna overflow our magazine, so you're really not gonna be reloading with this weapon, I'm gonna be honest. And then we got Elemental Siphon on. This is important with the build because of certain fragments I chose in this build. So Elemental Siphon gonna make it that whenever we get rapid final blows with a kinetic weapon or a weapon matching our super, which is Tether, it'll make an elemental pickup for us. Since the way I did fragments, we won't be making a lot of void breaches like I would want to. So this compensate for that. This will make it that when you get Vexcalibur kills, it'll make Void Breaches for us, which will apply Devour for us. And then we got the boosted version on, so whenever we do pick up Void Breach, we get some super energy from it. In the fourth column, like I said, you gotta have a Malign Harvest boosted version for this build. You have to. And then also too, if you apply Volatile, you do a weakening with that Volatile, and then that also gives you a Void Overshield from that weakening as well. We got on Flashover, so our Bolt Charge do more damage. That just to team up with Defibrillating Blast, so that the Bolt Charge we do when we stun a champion, we can blow them up and kill the champions quicker. But you want to make sure you have no Bell on, so you get Rapid Glaive Melee Final Blows that grant special ammo for the Glaive, and then Block and Damage to Glaive increase the melee damage to targets. I'll put up on the screen how much the increased damage it is, but you want to purposely block to increase your melee damage and then start swinging. And then we got Void Flux on. You don't really need to have Void Flux on. You have anything you want in the last column on, but I got it on because I'm gonna be weakening enemies a lot. So if I kill the weakened enemies, it's gonna spray a Volatile. So that's why I got it on. Now this is the main important part. We got Shadow Shot on, so when we tell the people, we get a full Void Overshield, health bar, whatever, because those enemies get weakened from the tether. We got on Gambler's Dodge, so we can Shade Step and get our Smoke Bomb whenever we want, so we can throw our smoke at somebody. Not only will it blind them, but it also weakens them, which gives us a Void Overshield. We got on Suppressor Grenades, since we are rocking a Glaive build. Suppressor Grenade blind enemies so they can't fight back, so you can throw the Suppressor Grenade, blind them, and then get up close and just start beating up on them. And we got the Fragment on that our grenades weaken, Echo Undermining. So whenever we throw our grenade and it weakens somebody, we get a Void Overshield. We got On the Prowl on purpose, so whenever we do kill the person that's on the prowl, it'll put out a smoke cloud. Any enemy that get hit by smoke cloud, they get weakened again. That gives us a Void Overshield for Vexcalibur to keep his uptime and his extra damage, and for survivability for us, right? And we'll be able to run through that smoke to go invisible, so we can just hurry up and close the distance and keep fighting enemies close up on purpose to proc the surrounding perks on all the cogs inside this build. We got Stylish Executioner on, so whenever we kill a weakened enemy, suppressed enemy, volatile enemy, we go invisible. This for survivability. Fragments we got on. We got Echo Persistence, so that our Void Overshield stay on longer, Devour stay on longer, and Invisibility stay on longer. We got on Echo Starvation, so whenever we pick up a Void Breach or Power, it proc Devour for us, so whenever you get a kill, we get 50% of our health back, and we get Grenade Energy back. We got on Echo of Exchange. Melee Final Blows grant Grenade Energy. That does count for sword kills and glaive melee kills. So whenever we kill an enemy with our melee, with our glaive, we will get a chunk of grenade energy on top of getting grenade energy from Devour. So you will have a lot of uptime on your suppressor grenade. So whenever you get a suppressor grenade, just throw that mug, okay? Just throw it in a group of enemies. You're gonna be getting your suppressor grenade back very quick. So spam your grenades as much as possible to weaken them and blind them and get that overshield. And you can throw your grenade while you have the glaive in your hand, so you don't have to worry about having to swap off of the glaive to throw it and go back. You do have to do that for the smoke though. You have to swap off of the glaive to throw your smoke bomb and then swap back to the glaive. We got Echo Undermine on, like I said, grenade to weaken. And then we got on Echo Leeching, so that whenever we do get a melee final blow, it'll start health regen for us and our teammates. So Devour only gives 50% of health back, not 100% anymore, since Bungie nerfed it and made it only 100% for Warlocks. So whenever we do get a melee kill, not only we get 50% of our health back, it'll start health regen as well, so that we'll always be getting our health back while the Void Overshield is on us. So our regular health would never be really touched. Only the Void Overshield gonna be the main thing getting touched and protecting us. The mods we got on Harmonic Siphon, so whenever we get the Void kills with Vexcalibur and make an orb for us. We got 2 special ammo finders for Vexcalibur in case we ever get in a situation we run out of ammo. We got a lot of ways to get special ammo on this build with these finders on it, and of course the artifact no bail for the special ammo for the glaive. We got on Firepower. We're gonna be spamming our grenades a lot, so whenever we kill an enemy with a grenade, it'll make an orb for us to pick up for Devour. We got on Bolstering Detonation, so whenever we do deal damage with a grenade, it'll give us class ability back. We got on Resist Mods. The only resist mod you need to make sure you have on this build is melee damage resistance, so when you're surrounded, you'll take less damage. We got in our lead piece 3 Void Weapon Surges to power up the glaive. And then in our class item, we got Reaper on, so whenever we Shade Step, when you kill somebody with the weapon, we make an orb for Devour. And then we got Bomber on, whenever we Shade Step, we get some more grenade energy. And then we got Powerful Attraction to pick up the orbs off the ground when, whenever we're killing all these enemies. You can take off Powerful Attraction and Bomber and put on Time Dilation if you want your voice surges to stay on longer. But yeah, that's the build. Very insane build. Definitely can take in the in-game content, Grandmasters and stuff. I walked through this Lost Sector pretty easily, very easily. Okay, never felt like it was a time I was gonna get killed. I've been making some busty builds with some forgotten weapons. I ain't gonna lie to you, Metacore and now Vexcalibur. Golly. Anyway, if you want to support the channel, become a YouTube member. Helps me out a lot. I can do more for you guys with more financial support. So again, helps me out a lot. Anyway, love you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the Lost Sector run. And until next time, stay up.